Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ICC Softball on the ICC Sports Network. We're here live in Fulton, Mississippi at Andy Kirk Field for today's matchup between your ICC Indians and the visiting team of Bevill State. I'm joined here in the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth by legendary Coach Andy Kirk. How you feeling today, Coach?
The sun's out, Michael. It's a beautiful day, and we're here at the field. We're playing ball. We've been looking for this sun all week, and I guess we just need to have a softball game to get the sun out.
That's right. We got a nice crowd coming out for these two teams here in this early in the year non-conference match. A pair of 11-1 teams, both scoring a lot of runs, both having great pitching so far, and so we'll see who can get the dominant hand today. Coach Kirk, what do you see as today's Bank of Okolona keys to victory?
Yes, Mr. Upton, it all starts in the circle. We're going with Lizzie Meeks, sophomore who's coming in here, transferred in, coming off some state and national awards. She was MACC Pitcher of the Week and the National Pitcher of the Week. So she earned those accolades last week, throwing a no-hitter in one of her games, and looking for her to settle in right here, not let all that go to her head, or have some of us coaches call that kind of that award curse. Like, how can you come back the next week? So it's going to start with her, and then hey, we've hit 25 home runs. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but we got wind blowing in today. There's going to be some adjustments at the plate for both these teams.
Absolutely. Wind blowing in from left field. We'll see what that impacts. So we'll start off here looking for that opening pitch here from Guarantee Bank in Fulton. Meeks delivers, and that's in for a strike, and that's your first pitch at 1:49. Getting a little bit of early start today, 1:49 p.m. for Guarantee Bank first pitch. This is Anna Guy, right fielder for Bevill, who will start off.
Like you said, Bevill's coming in with a record of 11-1 out of Summerton, Alabama. Guy comes in hitting .417 on the season. She's got 5 hits and 12 at-bats with 1 RBI, and we can see that she's a slapper, and she's got 9 stolen bases so far on this young season.
A lot of speed. She's looking at an 0-2 count here as Meeks has got ahead of her early. That pitch comes in low inside. You see that running motion of a slap hitter. Doesn't offer it that one. So the count goes to 1-2.
With some of these stats, we got to say, too, that Bevill State Tuesday was on the road at Jackson State, and then they're at Mississippi Delta yesterday. So some of the game stats are not entered.
And there's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. First Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Lizzie Meeks.
Great job there by Lizzie. You always want to keep that leadoff hitter off base.
Absolutely, especially one that's going to have the speed and the ability to get around the bases like Guy. This is going to bring up the third baseman, Sarah Carter. Meeks gets ready to deliver. That one inside pitch in the corner. Umpire likes that one. So Meeks quickly establishing her strike zone and her dominance as she did throughout last weekend to earn those both state and national accolades, getting ahead of both of the first two batters on an 0-1 count.
Carter comes in hitting .364 for the Bears. She's had 8 hits and 22 at-bats with 3 doubles, 2 home runs, and 15 RBIs just on this young season so far, Michael.
She swings through that one. So now she, just like Guy, she's facing an 0-2 count. See what Meeks can deliver here. That one up just a little.
Great pitcher's pitch right there. That is in the river, just barely off the plate, trying to get her to chase one with 2 strikes.
So now the count goes to 1-2. As Carter looks in, Meeks going to see if she can't come back in here and try to finish her off the same way she did Guy. That one goes inside, but do you think they're a little too high and inside there, Coach?
Just a little bit, but she's working both corners. We do have legendary Marty Wade behind the plate today, and Alan Whitman in the field, 2 veteran officials for this part of the world.
Meeks gets ready to deliver. 2-2 count. Another swing and a miss on an outside one, just like the first batter. Gets her on that one for her second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day.
Great pitch right there. You can tell Meeks is locked in.
As you said earlier, looks like she's not really feeling any of that award curse as she's coming out early, attacking these batters, and just really kind of feeling the strength that she had over the weekend to continue that. In comes Isabella Billings, shortstop, And she'll see that first one kind of bounce in there for ball one.
Isabella is off to an outstanding season, batting over 500, 519, 14 hits, 6 doubles, 3 home runs, and 22 RBIs in 12 games so far, Michael.
Pretty impressive. You see why it's key to keep those early batters off the field if she can drive them in like that. The 1-0 pitch, gets a piece of that one over to third. Shands is going to glove it, throw to first, and there's a 1-2-3 inning for your ICC Indians as they put away the top 3 batters. We'll stay here between these innings and give you your Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineup. Coach Kurt, let's start with the visiting Bevill State team.
Yes, Michael, we have seen the first 3 batters for the Bevill State Bears, who come in, like we said, with a record 11-1. Leadoff was number 17, Anna Geis, who will be out in right field. The number 2 hitters, number 13, Sarah Carter, the third baseman. In the 3-hole, number 35, Isabella Billings at shortstop. For hitters that we have not seen come to the plate yet would be the cleanup hitter, number 25, Abigail Billings, the second baseman. In the 5 spot, number 14, Lily Townsend, the first baseman. 6-hole will be number 15, Maddie Filler, who is pitching today. Behind the plates, number 14, Boomer Hughley, the catcher. Number 28, Kennedy Richardson is the DP. And the 9 spot is number 20, Ansley Haynes, a center fielder. And the flex player, number 3, Peyton Pike, will be out in left field for the Bears.
That's your starting lineup for the visiting Bevill State Bears. Now let's turn to the ICC Indians for their Tupelo Coke. That's a winning startup. And Coke, getting tongue-tied here, Coach. Coach Carson Owens, hope he has that same winning lineup here.
Yes. Leading off for the Indians will be number 8, Victoria Fields in left field. Number 27, Skylar Partlow in right field. 3-hole, number 9, veteran Maddie Porter at shortstop. In the cleanup spot, number 19, A.B. Marler at first base. 5-hole, number 7, Macy Starling, the DP. 6 spot, number 20, Ella Duhan, the second baseman. 7-hole, 17, Taylor Shands, the third baseman. 8 spot, 21, Zoe Goodman, the catcher. And 9-hole, Elena Dawson, number 1, the center fielder. And as we saw, Lizzie Meeks was pitching for the Indians today.
So up to bat for ICC, Victoria Fields. She looks at a first pitch strike from Filler. Goes inside that time, too much. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Beautiful day here at the park. If you're able to come out, catch a couple games with us. A lot going on campus, a lot of athletic opportunities today. We'll talk about that throughout the broadcast.
Filler is a nasty left-hander.
Hit goes to the shortstop. She gloves, turns back, and that's going to be a 6-3 put out for your leadoff batter, Fields.
Nice play there by shortstop Isabella Billings to backhand that ball and make a strong, hard throw. Filler coming into the season, she's got a .64 ERA with 4 wins, no losses, 3 complete games, 11 innings, 11 hits, 4 runs, only 1 of them earned, 4 walks and 6 strikeouts. And like we said, we're missing last couple of days stats just because they've been on the road and it's hard to get those stats entered into the national database. So we're going with what stats we have if you're listening at home.
Well, Filler's able to get a first pitch strike on Skylar Partlow, the right fielder for ICC. So she's working ahead of the batters, much like Meeks did, and it's a grounder to the first baseman. So that's going to be a 3 unassisted of Partlow out at first base. So Filler working fast and knocking out batters just like Meeks did. Looking at potential pitchers duel here in this game 1. That'll bring Maddie Porter, the power-hitting shortstop for ICC, to the plate.
Maddie's off to an outstanding sophomore season. She had a great freshman year for us last year as well. She's batting .419 on this young season. She's got leading the team with 15 runs, 5 doubles, tied with home runs with 6, and leading the team with 16 RBIs with 5 stolen bases. Just all around great player there, Michael.
She looks at a first pitch strike, and then ball 2 on the second in the dirt there.
Indians
so
trying
even
to
the
get that
count
first
there,
base
1-1
here. You gotta put some heat on this lefty.
Yeah, Filler and Meeks both working strong early. Porter looking if she can break that up here. Offers at 1, called a strike without the swing.
Talked about the Indians coming in. They have 25 home runs by 8 different players so far in the young season. They're chasing the record of 43.
Indeed, and that's a good pace early in the year. The 1-2 pitch gets contact with this one to go out in the right field. It will drop in front of the right fielder who bobbles it. So Porter's in for a stand-up single. Gets ICC's first base runner.
And when you've got a team that's got – actually, we have 25 home runs and 23 doubles. You don't see that very often. That is important to get a two-out hit to bring up A.B. Marler here in the cleanup spot. As
you mentioned, Marler, the first baseman, leading a lot of stats and categories, both for ICC and across the MACCC with her batting prowess. She'll look in and see if she can do some two-out damage and move Porter along. She swings the first one, fouls it back into the net. Counts 0-1.
Marler is a sophomore. Yeah, she's leading the team, batting .581 on this young season, which is first in the MACC batting average. That's great for your cleanup hitter. But, yes, she's got 6 home runs, 11 RBIs. She's third in hits in the conference so far.
She barrels that one up against the pitcher, comes off of Filler's glove. She can't do anything with it. Porter will advance around to third.
That's a base hit. That is a hard hit ball. She had hardly any reaction time. Just luckily that thing didn't come up in her face mask there. It went up over her head. That ball was scalded up the middle. And great base running by Porter to go first to third right there. Those drop balls she's been throwing in the dirt come a lot more critical now with a runner at third base.
Absolutely. With 2 outs, get first and third situation, that's going to bring up Macy Starling, the DP in this game for ICC. She watches one on the outside corner. It's a strike.
Macy's off to a strong freshman campaign, batting .471 on the young season with a double, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs.
As you said, Coach, power from a number of different players up and down this lineup. That pitch outside and low. She's able to hold off on that one. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the first. ICC versus Bevill State.
Got first and third. Coach Owens could put a play on right here with Marler at first base, doing a steal and stop.
That one up and inside, and then it catches her.
Nipped her. I didn't see that quite.
I didn't at first, but I saw the umpires marking, and she took off, so that's a hit by pitch.
You'll take those base runners to load the bases.
Yeah. The softball team trying to take a play out of the baseball team's book. Those boys over there may set some records for being hit by pitches.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
So Marler moves down to second, so it's bases loaded with bases loaded with 2 outs, and this brings Ella Duhan, your second baseman, to the plate.
Ella's sophomore, batting .333 on the young season.
There's that outside corner that Filler is starting with against every batter. ICC being patient, allowing that first one to come in. So an 0-1 count.
Ella's got 4 doubles and 3 home runs on the young season as well.
She hits this one, drives it out to right. Will it drop in? Will it drop in? Right fielder goes out, catches it in foul territory.
Great play. That ball was tailing away from that wind, was pushing it all the way to the corner, and she made that play look easy, and that was not an easy play.
Absolutely. So we'll take a quick break here. We won't have any commercials today, but we will go quiet between the innings, and we'll be back in just a minute to continue this game. Welcome back, ICC fans, and also welcome back to any of our guests from Bevill State that are watching in. We welcome you in for today's 2 matches. We can move to the top of the second inning. This inning brought to you by Renaissance Bank, the bank that cares about you. So Lizzie Meeks goes back to the circle for ICC. She'll face Abigail Billings, the second baseman here.
Few stats here on Lizzie that we did not get to there as we started, but she is 4-0 on the record. 4-0 on the season with a save, 3 complete games. This is her 5th appearance. She does have the no-hitter, which came last week when she got the awards, with a 1.48 ERA. One thing about Lizzie is she's going to pound that strike zone. She's got 29 strikeouts and only 6 walks on the season, Michael.
Gets Billings to foul that one back off the catcher. Evens the count at 1-1. Yes, the ratio there for Meeks has been quite impressive.
And that's what you want. You want them to
That
fill up that strike zone.
She does not walk batters. She strikes a lot out, but she doesn't walk very many. So she'll settle back in the circle. Count 1-1 here to the leadoff batter, Billings, in the top of the second.
Billings batting a whopping .625 coming into today.
Gets her to offer at 1. He's going to appeal to first. First base umpire says she did not go around.
She's got 10 hits, 4 of them doubles, 1 a triple, 6 RBIs, and she's got 5 walks and no strikeouts so far on this young season. So
not bad for your cleanup hitter.
Meeks going to have to work right here against this lineup. They have some impressive stats coming into today.
So 2-1 count to Billings. Swings that one, slices out to left. A diving effort there out in left field by Victoria Fields to stab that one and rob Billings of a single.
She's making a bid for What a Play Wednesday right there, Michael.
Absolutely.
What a great play. I mean, that is as hard. The ball hit right at you is so tough, and keep that ball in front of you because if not, it's headed to the fence, and that's going to be at least a double, probably a triple if it gets by her.
So with 1 out here in the top of the second, this brings up Lily Townsend. She is the first baseman for Bevill.
Impressive play by Fields.
Nice movement on that pitch by Meeks. Catches her looking for a
those
strike
type
one.
Plays, when you got two teams that are 11-1 on season, they're doing a lot of things right.
Yeah, if you look at the stats up and down, Coach, you see offensive power, you see great pitching, and there's defense behind it because that's always there to back up great pitching. That one a little low on the outside. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to Townsend.
Townsend comes in hitting .529. She's got 9 hits, 1 double, 1 home run with 8 RBIs so far on the season.
Meeks looks in. Gets ready to deliver the 1-1 pitch. That one in that corner that this home plate umpire really likes. If you're a batter, you've got to be on either team. You got to be watching for that corner because he's going to call that.
Yeah, neither pitcher today starting in the circle for the teams have many walks. They're around the strike zone consistently.
So now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Townsend. Gets her to chop one right back to Meeks. She underhand tosses to Marler at first for the 1-3 put out of Townsend.
That'd be 5 up, 5 down to the start of this game for Lizzie.
Indeed. Now this will bring up Maddie Filler, pitcher for Bevill. So one of those, it's a little more rare these days that we see pitchers hitting. We used to see that more often, but usually pitchers are in the flex position. So pitcher-on-pitcher matchup here between Meeks and Filler.
The other unusual thing is she's a left-handed pitcher and she's a right-handed batter. Don't see that quite as often. You see the opposite way. A lot of people throw right-handed but bat left-handed.
Meeks goes with speed right down the middle and gets strike 1 on Filler.
You can tell Filler is just equally as good in the plate, though. She's batting .455 on the season with 10 hits, 2 doubles, 1 home run, and 9 RBIs.
Very versatile player. The 0-1 pitch gets her to chop that one. It's going to go foul toward the ICC dugout.
Doing a little research last night, I saw a lot of times when she's not pitching, she is the DP, so she stays in the lineup. She's in their middle of their order for a reason, batting in 6th hole in this game 1.
It's kind of a great player you want to have on your team. He's going to give you innings in the circle and a lot of power at the plate. She's looking at an 0-2 count from Meeks. She'd love to finish her off and have a second 1-2-3 inning. That one up a little bit for ball 1.
That is definitely a pitcher's pitch. That's a competitive pitch that Coach Owen's looking for. It started on the plate and it broke off, but it made the batter have to make a decision right there. It just wasn't a waste pitch.
So the 1-2 pitch from Meeks gets her to swing and a miss. 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Lizzie Meeks as she stays on the hot streak that she brought in from this weekend. We'll take a break here and come right back with the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. We move now to the bottom of the second inning. All tied up at 0 here. It's been a pitcher's battle between Lizzie Meeks from ICC and Maddie Filler from the visiting Bevill State Bears. ICC will send Taylor Shan, Zoe Goodman, and Alana Dawsey to the plate here in the bottom of the second. Shands fires that one, a liner into the dugout of ICC, and she falls behind quickly, 0-1.
Shands is a sophomore coming in, batting .259. She's got 7 hits, 2 doubles, and 3 home runs. She was our leading home run hitter with 10 last season. So even with all the home runs we've hit so far, she's off to a little slower start than a couple of her teammates. But we know Taylor has got power to all fields, and she showed it last year, and she's going to get it going again this year as well.
Absolutely. She caught a couple of those home runs early in the year in the first couple of games. Settled down a little bit, but we know she can fire it back up. 1-1 pitch. That one's up high. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Shands.
One thing I did fail to mention before we started, Michael, is I do appreciate you making the trip all the way to Tupelo and back today to grab that sunshine and bring it right back to the Fulton campus right here. It's beautiful out here right now.
Absolutely. Hooked it to my tail hitch and drug it on in. That one, movement, ends up in the zone. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Coach Carson Owens in his second season, him and Coach Munson, Owens down at third, Coach Munson at first base, doing a great job here off to the 11-1 start in their second season for ICC.
It's 2-2 pitch. Shands gets a piece of this one, fouls it back just up and over the ICC dugout. So we'll stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes here.
That was a tough rise ball right there. She did everything she could to get on top of it, just get a piece of that. That's a good job of hitting, just to battle. And that's what you're going to do with these 2 pitchers today. We're going to have to get their pitch counts up as much as we can.
Another 2-2 pitch. This one too far inside. Runs it to a full count. I believe that's the first full count that Filler has worked today.
You are
so
correct.
So see what Shands can do here. If she can get a pitch that she wants, that she can drive. Outside, she gets another one, a piece of that one, fouls it back to the right side again. So as you said, Coach, this will be the 9th pitch of this at-bat. We've had 7th pitch of the at-bat. We've had 3 foul balls. So full count, Shands is working hard against Filler, and we'll see if she can't work her down. That one's going to drift up. So that's the first walk of the day issued by either team. And so ICC has another leadoff base runner.
That is a great at-bat right there for your leadoff hitter. After they had Filler, with bases loaded, and she faced 6 batters in the first inning, and she had some pressure pitches there, those last few batters, to come out and work a walk.
This will bring Zoe Goodman, ICC's catcher, to the plate.
Goodman is another sophomore, batting .267 on the season with 4 hits, 5 walks, and only 3 strikeouts. And that's what you like to see as a coach, when they have more walks than they have strikeouts, especially in the bottom of your order.
So that first pitch high and outside, so 1-0 count with a runner on first. No outs here in the bottom of the second. ICC looking to see if they can get on the board first. Another one that drifts up, so a 2-0 count.
A lot of options here for Coach Owens. A 2-0 count, 8-hole hitter up. You can either just make her take a pitch, or you can show bunt, or you can go ahead and sacrifice bunt, or a little hit and run action. Might get the runner moving when you got a tough pitcher out there.
Ground ball to the shortstop. She's going to ground it, go to second across to first, and that's going to be a 6-4-3 Little Caesars double play turned by Bevill.
When Filler let that ball go and it's hit on the ground, I could read her lips. She was saying, "Roll it up, girls," and they rolled it up. Perfect ground ball, 2 turned a double play. Good job by the Bears. They were clean on that turn.
So with 2 outs now, that'll bring Alana Dawsey, the center fielder, to the plate for ICC.
Lane is a freshman coming in, batting .211 as a slap hitter. She's got 4 hits on the young season, but she also has 5 walks and only 4 strikeouts. So she's finding ways to get on base, and that's what you want out of your 9-hole hitter. Pitcher's best friend, the double play. So now we got to see if with our 9-hole hitter and be the leadoff hitter for us and get it back to the top for us.
Couple of balls outside the zone lead to a 2-0 count against Dawsey. It's all absolutely true, Coach. You'd love to get that 9-hole hitter on base and let you top your order do some damage. ICC looking if they can do some 2-out work like they did in the bottom of the first. She gets a piece of that one's going to foul it back up and over the visiting dugout, so the count runs to 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs here. Bottom of the second, tie game, 0-0 between ICC and Bevill State. Fielder pitches inside. Dossie gets a piece of that one, but it rolls to the first baseman. It's going to be and Dossie beats it out. As there was a foot race to the bag, it was kind of a deep toward the pitcher circle where that is.
I believe we're going to have a discussion here.
Townsend.
Coach Harris coming out and going to talk to the home plate umpire if he saw anything. But I know Coach Munson's talking to her down at first base. You would rather her go ahead and run through the base right there instead of that slide. A lot of times that slide will slow you down, especially a pop-up type slide. Just run through it. I'm looking for, hopefully next year, they're going to change the rule where we're going to have the double first base like they've gone to in college baseball.
Keeps it safer.
Yeah, NCAA baseball and softball have gone to that. Now, it usually filters down about 2 years afterwards, and, yes, it is a safety factor that where she can just run through a green or orange bag over there.
So we're going to give that a single to Dossie. So with 2 outs, ICC has a runner on first and go back to the top of the lineup with Victoria Fields. She grounded out 6-3 in her first plate appearance. Now she takes strike 1.
Yes, Fields is a freshman coming in, batting .314 on the season with 11 hits, 4 doubles. She has hit a home run. Not sure that Coach Owen was seeing that power from her, but you just never know after they've been in the strength conditioning program. People do amazing things as they get stronger.
Yeah, pitch inside in the dirt. Runs the count to 1-1.
A lot of options here for Coach Owens. You got speed at first base. You got speed at the plate. Try to put a little pressure on the defense, get the runner in motion or some fake steals or maybe a straight steal, hit and run and hit.
The 1-1 pitch. Field inside of Fields, and there goes Dossie. She takes off easy. Not even a throw down. So stolen base for Alana Dossie. Gets ICC with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs.
Had a feeling we might see that because even if Dossie does get thrown out, you still got Fields ready to lead off the next inning. So it's a win-win. Yes, runner in scoring position right here.
The 2-1 pitch inside. Fields gets a piece of it, but drags it foul just down the first base line. So that'll even up the count. 2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Runner on second. So all the 2s, Coach.
2 innings in a row that we've had runners in scoring position trying to keep the heat on Bevill State to see when we can break through and get that first run across for the Indians.
Fields gets a piece of this and drives it up the middle. Second baseman can't get it. Drives it out into center field, and with that speed, Dossie will come home, and that's a 2-out RBI single for Victoria Fields.
Great job of hitting there by Fields, getting that ball back up the middle where it's hit from, and there's what we talked about. 2-out rally, 9-hole hitter getting on, still in second base, getting in the scoring position, then a single. Now you're kind of the same situation right here with 2 outs. You probably see Fields at some time in motion because if she gets thrown out, you got Partlow to lead off the next inning.
Yeah, ICC really starting to put the pressure on Filler here, working their pitch counts and seeing a lot more batters than Meeks has had to. This brings back up Skylar Partlow, the right fielder. She grounded out to the first baseman in her first appearance, and she takes the first pitch for strike 1.
Skylar's batting .227 in her freshman campaign.
Way inside pitching, a snap throw down to first. Ooh, almost a little bit close, but Fields does get back in under the tag there. So 1 ball and 1 strike here. 2 outs, bottom of the second. ICC now up 1-0. Filler looking, delivered the 1-1 pitch. Partlow connects on this one, drives it out to center, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. But ICC gets the first run of the day on the board with the 2-out RBI single by Victoria Fields. We'll take a second and come right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ICC versus Bevill here in Fulton, Mississippi. We move to the top of the third inning. This inning brought to you by Metro Ford in Tupelo. ICC gains the early lead in the bottom of the second with an RBI single by Victoria Fields. They lead it 1-0. Lizzie Meeks still in the circle for ICC with 3 Renaissance Bank strikeouts. She gets a ground ball that's going to roll foul. This is Boomer Hughley, the catcher for Bevill, in for her first plate appearance today, and she's behind 0-1.
I know you've been ready to call out Boomer. You won't see a lot of boomers in the softball game, but Boomer is a boomer. She's batting .500 on the season with 8 hits and 3 home runs.
That's absolutely what you expect with a name like that. You're expecting some power. She strikes one right up the center. Line drives that one on the ground into center field. Gets on with a leadoff single here in the top of the third.
First base runner there for the Bears. They had 6 up, 6 down. Looks like we're going to have a runner for the catcher here.
Looks like this is going to be number 23, Morgan Turner, sophomore outfielder who will come into pinch run for Hughley. So this will bring number 28, Kennedy Richardson, to the plate for Bevill. She is the designated player in this contest. So Meeks will now work with a base runner for the first time. No outs, runner on first here for Bevill. Richardson steps to the plate.
Turner does. She's 2 for 2 on the season, stolen bases.
Bunt shown. Chans comes in from third, fires over. So the sack bunt there, the ICC BSU sack bunt, executed successfully by Bevill as Richardson moves Turner over to second, and that's a put out of 5-4 at first base to erase Richardson.
Yes, our BSU here at ICC, you know, they run the concession stand for softball and baseball, do a good job providing those refreshments for anybody coming out to watch ball games.
So Ansley Haynes, the center fielder, and the 9-hole batter will come up to bat for Bevill. 1 out and a runner on second. First scoring opportunity here for the Bears today. That pitch right into that corner that Meeks has worked so strong all day on leads to an 0-1 count for Haynes.
Haynes batting .429 on the young season with 3 hits, one of those being a double. She does have 3 RBIs.
She looks at an 0-1 count. Looking to see what she can do to continue to advance that runner. Gets a hold of one. It's going to be a fair ball. Goodman comes out, gets it, and throws down. So not an intended sack bunt, but works the same way. But a 2-3 put out of Haynes leads to 2 outs, but does advance Turner, the pinch runner, over to third base.
Great job there by Goodman coming out of there. Zoe, she popped out from behind the plate, got out there with that slow rolling ground ball, and she threw it in fair territory where it didn't run over towards the runner. Sometimes you'll see that throw run into the back of the base runner.
So that brings Bevill back to the top of their lineup. This is Guy, the right fielder. She struck out to lead off the game in her first appearance. Ball up and out for ball 1.
Guy is a slapper, so you're always watching right here for her putting that ball, chopping it at the shortstop and trying to beat it out. It looks like the infield has dried out a little bit here too. That sun popping out and the wind blowing. So a little bit harder surface right now.
The 1-0 pitch catches the outside corner. So Meeks able to show that she can work both of those corners effectively, evens the count 1-1.
Lizzie just keeps pounding that strike zone. That's exactly what you want, but you do have to watch a runner here on third with any kind of drop ball or any ball that gets in the dirt right here. Goodman's got to be a backstop back there and keep it in front. Shows
bunt. They're going to say it caught her, but she was in bunt position, so she's going to need a moment there. Timeout here as they're going to check on her. It's coaches and come in.
It's going to be
trainer as well.
It's in the wrist or top pan wrist area. At first I thought it caught her hip, but it's going to be in her wrist hand area is what they're looking at.
Yeah, I think it caught her as she was offering. Probably caught on that exactly what you said.
And I'm not is he calling a hit by pitch or is he calling a strike right here? I think Coach Owens is coming out for
clarification.
Explanation, and Coach Harris for them. Coach Harris, Chris Harris, the head coach at Bevill State's in his 5th year with the Bears.
But if she's offering like that as a slap hitter, can it be a hit by pitch, Coach?
If he says that the bat has crossed the hitting zone to where if you check with the other umpire, you think it's a check swing, and yes, he can call that a strike if she's attempted at it, even if it hits her. She's going on towards first base.
And the umpires are conferring after Coach Owens wanted clarification on that.
That's why you usually use a pencil when you're doing a scorebook. That way, if you do have to race, if something's because they're talking, but they would bring her back right now if they were going to change the call. But she is definitely in some pain right here.
Yeah, I see.
Outstanding trainers we have here.
Coach Owens going out to talk to home plate umpire. Still wants to know how that's going to be scored. So you got to assume, looks like they are sending a pinch runner down for her possibly, or at least that's someone picking up the bat, I guess.
Yep, it's going to be interesting to see if she'll be able to continue. Nikki's got her over there working on her on the sideline. But while we got our break into action here, we are in the ICC Alumni Association Foundation's broadcast booth. Michael, you are the Director of Advancement. What is going on so far in the spring here as we're getting ramped up middle of February? Got spring break in about a month or so.
Yeah,
but what have you
3
guys
weeks.
got going on with, alumni and foundation and stuff?
Well, we just had a wonderful thank-a-thon last week where we had the opportunity to thank all of our donors who support us throughout the year, had outreach from some of our students, faculty, staff, board members, and then a great basketball alumni event last week as well. We'll be moving forward into Spring Preview Day and a lot of other wonderful things. There'll be the Evening of the Arts coming up in a couple weeks, so if you're interested in supporting all of the various fine arts programs here at ICC, we hope you go to the website, buy a ticket, and check that great event out, and other things that will be coming along soon too as well.
Yes, you and Mr. Jim Ingram, our Director of Foundation, y'all do a wonderful job there for the college, keeping everybody involved. A couple more things going on. We do have baseball on campus today. It is 4 minutes away from first pitch, 2:30. Right. They will be on the Gray Channel. You'll have Dr. Brad Boggs and Colin Minga on the call over there. We hate to lose you, but if you want to listen to us or listen to them and watch the other, you can. And we'll have some basketball later on with the legendary Adam Gore and Jim Ingram on the Red Channel. Let's Go ICC TV. Our women starting at 5:30, men at 7:30 that basketball game. So first and third here, 2 outs. She is able to continue. So you got speed at third base, speed at first base, and a really good hitter in Carter at the plate.
Carter shows bunt, pulls back, gets strike one.
A little fake bunt, see what kind of defense they're going to play in and see if they want to use that speed over there. One thing with that injury, she might not be wanting to run. Even though it is a hand injury, you still will put that hand down when you slide at times. So she might be a little timid about, but I'm going to say we're going to see the runner in motion right here.
ICC defense prepared for that bunt. Come in once again. She shows again. Just time.
That
runner
time,
takes off, but they do not throw, so that's going to be a
luckily, she did not throw because that will be a stolen base. But
right.
We did not have anybody covering. We changed. I think we had a couple change defense and a couple didn't know because we had 2 end up at third base there covering. But now second and third with one of their top hitters in Carter at the plate.
So 1-1 pitch here to Carter from Meeks. Gets that outside corner where Meeks has been living all day. Gets her ahead 1-2. She'll look to see if she can't finish her off here and get out of this jam. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. Bevill threatening for the first time today.
She definitely wants to end it here because you have the Isabella Billings on deck with those, big stats that she has coming in.
Swinging, chops that one foul at the last second. Good effort there by Carter just to get a piece of that, stay alive, and keep this inning going.
Lizzie, she's only giving up 1 hit, and that hit by pitch is the only 2 base runners she's giving up today. She wants to stop it right here and keep her team in the lead.
Absolutely. She works a 1-2 pitch here to Carter. Swing and a miss on the outside. That is the way to finish it, and she sheathes the sword there in celebration. So that is her 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. A fantastic way to end the threat from Bevill. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom of the 3rd in just a second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the bottom of the third inning here in Game 1 between ICC and Bevill. ICC up 1-0. Lizzie Meeks stopping the threat in the top of the third from Bevill, who had 2 on with 2 out and an opportunity to score. This will bring Maddie Porter, the shortstop, to bat. She got a single in her first at bat, advanced third, and was left there.
Yep, looking to put the heat back on. Bevill had a scoring chance there. We got out of it, got a little momentum. Let's see if we can increase this lead right here for our Indians.
That first pitch in for a strike. Fielder comes in. There's that corner where Meeks has been so strong and where Fielder had it in the first inning before she ran into a little trouble in the second. So Porter quickly looking at an 0-2 count here. She had to guard the dish and see what she can do to keep her at-bat going. That one a little bit low, rolls into the dirt. Runs a count, 1 ball and 2 strikes for your shortstop, Porter.
We know after last year, Porter having 41 walks, that she'll take a walk, she'll work a strike. But, last year she only had 3 home runs. She had 19 doubles. She's already got 6 home runs on the season, this young season so far.
That pitch on the outside, not a bad place to miss if you're a pitcher, trying to get somebody to chase a third strike on the outside. But as you just said, Porter with a lot of great plate discipline, not going to be one to chase too many bad ones. So now Porter has worked it back to a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Gets a piece of this one, chops it down the third base line, and it's going to be called foul. Crossed just before the third base bag. So we stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the third, no outs. ICC leading 1-0 here in Game 1.
Wind's changed from blowing in from left center field to kind of blowing across the field from right foul pole to the left foul pole.
Absolutely. The 2-2 pitch on the outside. She just starts to swing but does not. Good plate discipline by Porter. She has started out with an 0-2 count, has worked it back to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to the leadoff batter in the bottom of the third. Fielder delivers. Porter makes contact. This one goes sky high. Center fielder is going to drift over, move in, and get underneath that one. So that's going to be a fly out to center field for the first out of this half inning.
You saw her there that she had to run a long way, and after all my papers here are flying every which direction, I know why she had to run a long way. That wind caught that ball and brought it back to us in the infield almost.
It absolutely moved that ball. You could see that as that outfielder moved. So this will bring A.B. Marler, your first baseman. She also singled in the first inning, advanced to second where she was stranded. She looks at strike 1 on the outside corner.
AB's looking for a pitch to drive right here, but with this wind, as we talked about, you're going to have to start getting on top of the ball. We got to work on ground balls, hard ground balls, and line drives.
Marler makes contact, fouls that one on the third base side. Coach Owens with some deft maneuvering picks that one up, throws it back to the pitcher.
That guy's just quick as a cat.
Oh, man, you ought to see him doing Pilates on Thursday afternoons when he's not in season. It's amazing. So an 0-2 count here to Marler. She makes contacts, loops this one up, but the wind kind of catches that and drops it right down to the second baseman. So pop out to second baseman, ends Marler in the third.
Tell you better not give up on any ball that goes up in the air today. If it goes outfield, infield better be ready. Goes up the infield, pitcher, catcher better be ready for it coming back to them.
Absolutely. Going to have to figure out ways to drive these balls in line drives. This will bring up Starling, the DP. She was hit by a pitch back in the first. She swings at the first offering by Filler this opportunity. Misses. 0-1 count.
Today is just our second home series of the young season. Last
Absolutely.
Wednesday was a home opener, and this is their second one here. Looking forward to having several more. I don't know if we want to tell them yet during this broadcast, but you and I will be together again next Thursday, Michael.
Lord willing, we will both be here.
Weather's good.
You let me come back and help you.
Well, that's all on Gore. He's the one that's gluttoning for punishment.
That one fouled back off to the right side toward the pickleball courts, the Brad Boggs pickleball courts here at ICC Fulton campus. So now the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here, bottom of the third.
If it wasn't for baseball going on, knowing Dr. Boggs is over there, him and Case would probably have a pretty good match going on today in pickleball.
Starling fouls that one, kind of loops that one right over Cal Brown's head there. So Cal quickly moving.
Cal quick as a cat. He had to duck down because he's a tall, as they say around Union County parts where I'm from, he's a tall drink of water over there.
So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Starling. ICC with the 1-0 lead over the visiting Bevill Bears. Swing and a miss there, and that's going to give Filler her first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. ICC a 1-2-3 inning, and we'll take a break and come back with the top of the fourth. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the top of the fourth inning. ICC leading 1-0 over the visiting Bevill Bears here today in Game 1. This inning brought to you by Little Caesars, the favorite pizza place of one Jim Ingram. They're on South Adams Street in Fulton, so we hope you'll visit them whenever you're hungry for a pizza.
Jim's probably getting loaded up on some pizza before the basketball games tonight for his broadcast with Adam Gore.
It fuels him. So there's a ground ball to the second baseman by Billings, the shortstop, and she'll be put out 4-3 to lead off this top of the fourth for Bevill.
Yes, that was Isabella. That's one of their top hitters. That was one pitch, one out for the second time through the lineup. That's exactly what Coach would have ordered up right there, and Lizzie as well. This will be her sister, 25, Abigail Billings.
She lined out to left field with an amazing play by Victoria Fields, who's robbed her of a single back in the second. And she takes ball one to start this at-bat.
Defense has got to play the same thing. Wind's blowing in from left field over the scoreboard. You got to know that the ball's not going to carry, and you can tell this is a power hitter, and we're playing about medium depth in the outfield.
That ball up and away goes to ball two. Yes, Coach, as you said, when we started this game, the wind was blowing straight in over the scoreboard. It moved right to left, and then it has shifted in the last half inning or so. It's really starting to come, well, as I say that, it goes back right to left. So no telling what this wind is going to be. The 2-0 count, gets contact. Duhan makes a nice play at second, throws over to Marler. Fantastic play there for the put out. 4-3 for the second batter in a row.
So I guess she, Duhan, Ella, she got her a warm-up on the first ground ball. It's kind of routine. That is a tough backhand. She did a great job of staying down. You see a lot of fielders go backhand. They'll either cup their glove and not leave a big pocket, or they'll come up too early. And she stayed right through that. Excellent play by Ella Duhan.
Or you might see them spin their whole body around and not have time to make that play. She did a great job of stabbing that and then getting back around quickly to make that throw to first. There's a strike in to Townsend, the first baseman. She grounded out to the pitcher at her first appearance back in the second inning.
As we said, you got 11. Both of these come in with 11 wins and only one defeat so far in the season. This is the excellent softball we were expecting today, Michael.
That 0-1 pitch, a little bit low.
Plenty of time to get back out here, as we said. It's we got another game after this, and 1-0. Bears trying to get on the board. Indians trying to keep them down, not get that two-out rally started for the Bears.
Meeks delivers the 1-1 pitch. That one, good job by Goodman trying to frame that in the corner, but just not quite in there enough. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Top of the fourth, ICC leading 1-0 over the visiting Bevill Bears. The 2-1 pitch. Right in there on that corner. Evens it up 2-2.
I was just sitting here enjoying this day and thinking, if Mr. Jim Ingram is not doing some Little Caesars pizza, he's probably over at Sam's Town Market.
He might be getting ready to do some grilling. A day like this almost calls for a grill.
He might have Sam bringing it to the game for him. Sam does the PA for our basketball. great sponsor, and he does basketball PA. And at one time, Sam Ferris was our PA for softball team while I was coaching here. We won a state championship. He's got a ICC softball state championship ring he wears a lot of times to the ball games and stuff.
We appreciate all that he does for us and for being a sponsor with Sam Town. A full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Contact, fouls that one back into the net. So the count for Townsend will stay full at 3-2. Meeks will continue to work to try to find a 1-2-3 inning here and get ICC back up to the plate.
Great battle going on, Townsend. That was a tough pitch she fought off.
Three-two pitch. Inside, a little bit low for a walk. The first walk of the day that Meeks has delivered.
Yes, she has 1 hit by pitch, 1 walk, and 1 hit so far. That's the only runners that the Bears have had on base.
This brings up the Bevill pitcher, Maddie Filler, who we know can be dangerous. Meeks was able to strike her out to end the second inning in her first plate appearance. She'd love to do that again here. Runner on first with 2 outs. There's that corner. Been very effective for both pitchers, especially for Meeks, as she's worked it quite often to the right-handed batters. So an 0-1 count with 2 outs. Runner on first. ICC leading 1-0 here in the top of the 4th. The 0-1 pitch. Swings on that, fouls it back out over here, over the top of the right side stands, back towards those Brad Boggs pickleball courts there. So now the count goes 0-2 on Filler, the pitcher.
Looking for a pitcher's pitch right here, something maybe can get her chasing like you did her first at bat.
The 0-2 pitch. Nice spot. Tries to get her to go outside and chase one. Good patience there by Filler. You mentioned earlier in the broadcast what an effective hitter as she is. So as a pitcher and a hitter, she's pretty keen on watching those. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. The 1-2 pitch. Runner takes off. Contact, fouls that one. Slow roller toward Coach Carson Owens. Picks it up. Gloves it back in.
Yes, Coach Harris got Townsend in motion right there on that 1-2 pitch, trying to get her in scoring position. Or, hey, on a day like today, like we said, the wind's affecting fly balls, but if you hit a hard ground ball line drive and he gets by one of these outfielders, she's scoring from first base.
So we continue at 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. Pitch in. Gets that corner, strikes Filler out for the 2nd time in a row. This time gets her looking. The 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for your Lizzie Meeks, for your pitcher, Lizzie Meeks. We'll take a pause and come back with the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the bottom of the 4th inning here in Fulton. ICC comes to plate, bringing the 6, 7, 8 batters, Duhan, Shands, and Goodman up to plate. ICC leading 1-0 here in what's been a fantastic pitcher's duel between Meeks and Filler. ICC's had some opportunities, but Bevill has negated them. ICC with a 1-0 lead is looking to add to it here, and that's going to be ball 1 to your second baseman, Ella Duhan, who showed some great defensive skills in the top of the 4th.
She sure did with a great backhand play. Yeah, Ella in the 6-hole. We need to get something started here. 2nd time through seeing Filler. Let's see if we can have more quality at bats.
That one up and in. Runs the count 2 balls and no strikes to Duhan.
Yeah, there's not a lot of base runners so far We've left 4 on base. They've left 3 on base. So limited base runners. So any way you can find a way to get on base is an advantage for your team.
That pitch high and outside. 3-0 for Duhon, the leadoff batter here in the 4th.
One of the hard parts of being a dual player like Filler who pitches and hits, she made the last out of the last inning. Probably not that bat she wanted. Now she's got to run back out to the circle and get focused. And you see this happen a lot of times with pitchers who hit.
That one's low and outside. So a 4-pitch walk offered to Duhon. Second walk of the day that Filler has given up.
Great job by Ella, just being patient. Being patient, and that's what you want. Maybe she's a little winded from that bat or distracted, and we've got a chance here. You got a power hitter in Shands, but like we said, the wind's going to factor how these coaches coach normally on a typical day.
Shands drew the other walk of the day in her first plate appearance. She looks at strike 1 there. She was erased on a 6-4-3 double play after that.
Got some options to do, huh? With good speed at first base. You know, put her in motion. Can look for the bunt. Got to play the elements. Look, shows bunt. It's in the dirt. Dirt ball read. Excellent throw. Yeah. Excellent throw by Boomer Hughley back there on that dirt ball read. I'm not sure that if we had a replay that Duhon actually read it exactly in the dirt, but it's one of those that skipped right up into her belly, and she threw it from her knees on the line. I mean, anywhere else we're right in there, might not make it, but, I mean, she put it right on her glove on the bag.
So an effective way to erase that leadoff walk. Sands gets a hold of this one, drops it in foul territory right in front of the right fielder. So that's going to be a single, a one-out single for Taylor Shands.
Good job by Anna Guy there getting that ball back in quick, because I thought it was going to get down that line. But she's quick over there, especially covering towards the foul line in right field.
We've seen her do that a couple times already, making some nice plays deep, because that ball hit fair, cut foul, and like you said, if she doesn't cut that off at the right time, that's going to roll into a corner and give Shands extra bases. We are going to have a pinch runner coming in here. This is going to be Morgan Green. She's been quite an effective pinch runner for ICC so far in this early season. I believe, you helped me out, Coach, I believe she leads in stolen bases.
Yes, Morgan comes in. She is one of our faster players, and this is one of the benefits she has. She is 6 for 6 on the season, leading us in stolen bases.
So they bring Goodman in to run for Shands, and Green in to run for Shands, and Goodman, the catcher, comes to the plate. She grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in her first plate appearance back in the second inning. Looking to not repeat that here. She takes ball 1 on the outside.
Yes, Filler made a great pitch in Goodman's last at bat, and it was, like you said, Taylor made 6-4-3 double play. The Indians don't want that here. Green, she's going to be in motion at some point right here in this at bat, I would say.
1-0 pitch. Contact, pops it high. First baseman comes over near the line, and that's going to be a pop out to the first baseman for the second out of the inning for ICC.
That ball actually stayed. I was expecting her to have to come over into foul territory, but it stayed right where it was at. But that brings up the number 9 hitter for us.
Lana Dawsey, she got a single and then later stole second base and scored on an RBI single by Fields back in the second. Represents the only run scored of the game today.
Kind of the same situation we were when Dawsey got on base a while ago and she stole. I think we'll see Green probably get in motion right here, because if she does get thrown out, Dawsey can lead off the next inning with speed, because she has led off some for us this year.
Absolutely. ICC looking to do some 2-out damage here with the runner on first. Dawsey chops this one, runs back to Filler. She gloves, throws over to first base, and gets the third out of the inning. So ICC with a walk, a hit, and 1 left on, and no score in the 4th. We'll take a break and come back right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 5th inning here in Fulton. ICC with a 1-0 lead over the visiting Bevill Bears. Seen a lot of great pitching, a lot of great defense here today, Coach Kirk.
We sure have, and we have Hughley coming up. She has the only base hit so far, Michael, in the game. She led off the 3rd inning, which has been the only scoring opportunity with runners in scoring position that the Bears have had so far in this game.
So she'll lead off the 5th. This inning brought to you by Guarantee Bank in Fulton. There's a pitch in. A little umpire says it's a little low, so that's a 1 ball, no strikes.
See,
to Hughley,
the second baseman, moving towards the middle, because last time Hughley hit that ball between the pitcher and the second baseman, it made its way out to the grass in center field.
Yeah, she did drive that one with some authority. Swings, a healthy swing and a miss on that one. Even to count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
She got her money's worth on that swing right there, but a good change of pace, change up there by Meeks, something low and away. That's how you want to pitch a power hitter. Make her beat it into the ground or get some upspin. She's got a good rise ball as well, maybe trying to get those fly balls, this wind blowing in so hard today.
The 1-1 pitch from Meeks, right on that inside corner. Gets ahead of the batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the leadoff batter. In the top of the 5th, ICC leading 1-0.
I think we had a few Bears fans not happy with that call, thought it was up, but you got the belt with the rise ball is going to be a strike in the softball game.
The 1-2 pitch. In the same spot, catchers are looking. So that's back-to-back Renaissance strikeouts for Lizzie Meeks. Gives her 6 on the day.
6 big strikeouts from Meeks. And like we said, she's only gave up a single and a walk and a hit batter so far. 3 runners so far. That's what you want right there. With 7, 8, 9, you got to go right at them.
This will bring Richardson, the DP, to the plate. She laid down a sac bunt out 5-4 that advanced the runner back in the 3rd inning. That ball up for ball 1.
Yep, Bears looking to try to get the 8, 9 hitters on. The Indians trying to find a way to keep them off base, not let leadoff come up for that 3rd time in the 5th inning that we talk about every once in a while. Today with these 2 pitchers, you're just trying to get anybody on base.
Absolutely. You'd love to get a 1-2-3 get that inning just only twice, that lineup. Swing and a miss there by Richardson. Swinging wide on that one, so she's now facing 1-1 count.
Tell you, Meeks has been sharp. This is 2 weeks in a row. Actually, all season, but really 2 weeks in a row. She has been spot on with all of her pitches.
Chopper there. Going to go foul in the 3rd base territory. So Meeks gets ahead of Richardson. 1 ball and 2 strikes with only 1 out here in the 5th.
And Lizzie Meeks did not pitch last Wednesday in her home opener. So this is actually her debut on the field pitching for the Indians. As she's a transfer coming. She's Pine Grove High School, Tippah County, Mississippi.
Tippah County people.
Yes.
You know some of those folks.
Yes, sir. Very
she
well.
Makes contact, chops that one down the 3rd base line. Coach there tries to go out and catch up with his foot, and I thought maybe he'd pulled something the way he kind of came up a little gingerly, but he's walking normal now.
I'll tell you what he does have, where that grass and the cutout there for the warning track, there is a drop-off right there. And I've noticed as I got older, those ground balls come through. If they're coming soft, if you don't, they'll just pop up and hit you in the ankle. Be an ankle biter if you don't watch out. It hurts as bad as a missile hit it at you.
So 1-2 pitch from Meeks. Contact right back into your living room. Coach Kirk tries to catch that one and protect all of you. We appreciate him doing that.
As a 50-plus-year-old man, I still think I can play until you get out there and you see how fast that ball's coming. Man, I'm telling you, these girls are – we got 2 outstanding teams here with outstanding players today. Highly skilled.
1-2 pitch from Meeks. A little low, evens a count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a great mix right there with Coach Owens calling pitches, going up with the rise ball, get a foul ball, and then she went hard drop ball. And you got to give it to Richardson for laying off that. A lot of hitters today have chased that ball down in the dirt.
So 2-2 count here with 1 out. Top of the 5th, ICC leading 1-0 over Bevill. Swing and a miss. The 7th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. At this point, she's going to have to start getting Renaissance Bank just to, give her a little NIL deal here or something, because 7 on the day for Lizzie Meeks.
I think our SID, Mr. Adam Gore, might argue there because he likes having that sponsorship money for all of our broadcasts coming in. But, yes, Richardson did a good job laying off the first one, but she wasn't able to lay off that second one. And so kudos to Meeks coming right back at her. And like I said, number 9 hitter, we need to get out of the inning right here without that leadoff coming back up.
Swing and a miss there by Ansley Haynes, the center fielder. She grounded out in her first plate appearance back in the third when she just had a little dribbler in front of the plate that Goodman was able to pick up and throw down to first.
Just a well-played game so far today, Michael. No errors by either team through 4 and some change, 4 innings and 2/3 of the top of the fifth. Yep.
0-1 pitch. Doesn't gets her to try to chase one there that she doesn't. Good eye there by Haynes. Evens it up at 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Meeks delivers the 1-1 pitch. That one a little too far inside on the right-handed batter.
Just a little tight right there. She went back for it again, but she didn't get that call. It was inside, in the river inside. I tell you, umpire behind the plate has been consistent today on his calls. And that's all you can ask for as a coach.
Absolutely.
For them to be consistent.
2-1 pitch. Gets her in that corner where she's worked all day against the right-handed batters.
She went hard in, and bam, right back outside. I'm telling you, we're seeing 2 pitching performances today.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. ICC leading 1-0. Haynes looks in against Meeks. Gets her. Oh, that one stays off the plate. Home plate umpire calls that one ball 3.
He didn't want to look back in. Our catcher's looking at the dugout. That was really close. That was close not to swing at. And that's the definition of a pitcher's pitch, no doubt, like you said.
So full count with 2 outs here. Meeks gets ready to deliver. Contact out past the diving Duhan. Ball's going to roll into right field, so that's going to be a 2-out single for Haynes.
That'll be the second hit of the day for the Bears, 2 singles. And I'm telling you what an outstanding job of hitting there for Haynes, battling in the 9 spot to get it back to the top of the lineup for them here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, exactly what Bevill needed to do. Get a base runner on and flip that lineup back over. This will bring up Guy, the right fielder. She is 0 for 1 with the strikeout and was hit by a pitch. Later stole second base.
Now you're in that situation the Indians have been in a few times. You could have a runner in motion here with the leadoff up. If she gets thrown out, your leadoff leads off in the 6th inning.
Chopping swing there by Guy. Runs that one foul on the left side. So no balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. A runner on first for Bevill as they're looking to get their first run of the day on the board and try to tie this game up. ICC clinging to a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. Guy digs back in. Meeks ready to deliver the 0-1 pitch.
Runner's gone.
Shows chop bunt.
Good job.
Yeah, Meeks delivers, picks up, throws over to Duhan covering second, gets that 3rd out, and erases the threat. ICC maintains their 1-0 lead. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom of the 5th inning. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning. ICC still leading 1-0 over the visiting Bevill Bears. Great pitching performances by ICC's Lizzie Meeks and Bevill's Maddie Filler. ICC able to erase any damage, any threats so far. ICC's lineup flips back over the top with Fields, Partlow, and Porter coming up to bat, the 1-2-3. Fields looks at strike 1 to lead off the 5th inning. That one high and outside. Evens the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Fields, the left fielder.
Now the Indians have seen a lot of pitches out of filler. Like you said, third time through, make some adjustments. Can we get some more base runners going here?
That one way inside. She kind of moves out of the way to make sure her knee doesn't catch that one.
As we're headed to the bottom of the fifth, I tell you, I know we do a 7th-inning stretch. I always said you ought to have a 5th-inning stretch in softball. You know,
Absolutely.
Max Home is one of those sponsors for us. You know, they're hiring here in Fulton and in Sulligent. MaxHomes.com. Check them out.
That one's lifted out to left field. Left fielder's going to move over into foul territory. Wind caught that one, but great effort there by Pike. She is a left fielder not batting in this game, but that's the first time we've called her name today since the lineups. But Peyton Pike makes a good effort there to erase Fields as a leadoff. And looks like ICC will have a pinch batter coming up here.
Yes, we'll have Campbell Guin coming in, number 6 from Manatee. Getting her first at bat. She'll be in Partlow's spot here.
There's our friends from Columbus Air Force Base with the jets flying down the Tin-Tom Waterway.
That's the only time we stopped practicing my 11 years here, Michael, as a softball coach, especially when there's 2 of them chasing each other coming down the waterway. It was amazing. You just had to stop time because everybody's going to start looking. You're afraid somebody's going to get hit looking up when the ball gets hit, so we just called time during practice.
So a couple pitches high and outside from fielder to Guin allows her to look at a 2-0 count in her first plate appearance of the day. ICC leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out. Guin at the plate.
Guin is a freshman from Manatee. She's still trying to figure it out. She's got 1 hit in her 10 plate appearances so far for the Indians.
Gets underneath that one, flops it out. Almost the exact same spot for Pike. Not quite as deep into foul territory, but she's able to snag that one at the line. So that's back-to-back flyouts to the left field from the Indians, and they're quickly down to their third batter, their third, 2 outs in this 5th inning.
If you're going to have anybody up with 2 outs, just as the ones you like, Porter and then A.B. Marler on deck, see if they can get something going here in the bottom of the 5th.
Porter looks at one low and outside for ball 1.
That ball off the bat with Guin, I thought it was going to be down. I think the wind kind of held it up enough for the field. I really thought it was just going to loop over the shortstop's head, and it just kind of hung up there again today. Totally different. The park's playing totally different with the wind situation we have.
Yeah, that one inside for a strike. Evens the count 1-1. You're right, Coach. Inning to inning, we're seeing different things. Using the flag as our barometer there for which way the wind is moving and how deep it's fast and going.
Your Indians are averaging 7.9 runs per game, and we've got 1 so far today. Some of that has to do with the factor, and a lot of it has to do with what Fielder's doing in that circle. Kudos to her so far. She is filling up the zone.
Absolutely.
And limiting our opportunities.
She paints the corner there for a second strike to Porter. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Porter going to dig in here and try to find a way to get on base and keep this inning going for the Indians. That one low and outside. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Coach, I mean, as you said, even the one game we've lost, which was against the number 3 team in the country, it was a good 6-3 close game until the very end. ICC's not had a good close game like a 1-0 so far, so can this be helpful for them early in the season? Porter pops that one up. Catcher Hughley gets back, and she's able to erase Porter for the 3rd out of the inning. ICC goes down 1-2-3 in the 5th. We'll take a break and come right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the top of the 6th inning here in Fulton. ICC with a 1-0 lead over the visiting Bevill Bears. This inning brought to you by our friends at Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works.
Michael, as you mentioned, as we went out the bottom of that fifth, about Indians not having very many close games. Same thing with Bevill. I mean, both of these are powerhouse offense. The Indians averaging almost 8 runs a game. The Bears averaging almost 9 runs a game. The Bears lost 5-4 to Jackson State, which our Indians be taking on Jackson State tomorrow up there. We'll be talking about that later as the day goes on. But, yeah, this is great for both these for experience before they get into conference play. And Bevill State now, a few years ago, Alabama, some of their schools split from all being Division I junior college to Division II. So they're in Region 22. We match up with them in the playoffs now. And when you get to have a regional play and go to the national tournament and stuff. So they are on the same level as us. So this is a great matchup for both teams.
And that is Carter. She drives one down the third base line. Shands can't get to it. Goes out and to left field, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Sarah Carter, third baseman for Bevill.
One defensive replacement. I do see Partlow is back in right field for Ewan, who pinch hit for her. But, yeah, that is outstanding for the Bears right there to get the leadoff on. And here is the meat of their order coming up with Isabella.
Isabella first.
Yeah. We got
then
sisters.
Abigail.
Yes, the Billings sisters.
This is Isabella Billings, the shortstop. She's 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out to third and to second. She chops one to short.
Roll it up, ladies.
Roll it up, 6-4. Stretch, and just can't hold on there as Marler stretches there. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. 6-4 for the put out of Carter. Erases the lead runner, but does put Billings at first base.
Yes. Just a little bit of throw, a little bit of stretch. Just, so close right there for the Indians. We got a runner coming in to be number 1. That would be Katie
Jovino?
Jovino, you are correct. And she is 5 for 5 stolen bases so far on the young season for the Bears. So we look for her to be in motion here.
And this is Abigail Billings, the sister, playing second base today. She'll come up to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day. She lined out to left field and also grounded out to the second baseman in her 2 plate appearances so far today.
All week, Meeks has given up his 3 hits so far through 5 innings.
That runner looks to take off but holds. Ball 1 to Billings. So 1 out, runner on first base for Bevill. ICC leading 1-0. Bevill looking to tie it up here as we're deep into the game. 6th inning, running out of time for both teams to put some more runs on the board.
Yep, 3rd time through for Abigail to see Meeks. And she's right back in there again. She's filling up that strike zone. Man, this is impressive pitching performance by both of these. And when you get to this part of the game, all it takes is one of them to hit it, where we're not, or get it to the fence somehow to get a runner to score to either tie the game or even get the go-ahead run in.
The 1-1 pitch, she shows bunt, pulls back. It's going to go for ball 2. Defense was prepared for that one in bunt formation as they came crashing around to the respective positions. So now 2 balls, 1 strike, run out with a runner on first for Bevill. Here in the top of the 6th, ICC leading 1-0.
The Indians have been very fundamentally sound with their bunt coverages all season long.
The 2-1 pitch. Swings at this one hard. Duhan pops it up, is able to get back a hold of it, flip it over to the shortstop. Porter covering for another fielder's choice, this time 4-6.
Wonderful job there by Ella Duhan, playing outstanding second base. I'm telling you, that ball was blistered. It was hit on the barrel, and she did exactly what you want. She just kept it in front. You'd love to have 2, but one's better than none, as we say in the coaching world, and she got the 1. But if that ball skips by her, that ball's hit hard enough. It goes through the grass. It's in right center field. That run's scoring from first base, and we got to tie a game. Good job, Ella Duhan. So 2 outs.
2 outs now. Lily Townsend, the first baseman, comes up. She's 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out to the pitcher and a walk in her 2 plate appearances. She'll look to see if she can't try to advance the runner over and tie this game up for Bevill. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. ICC leading 1-0.
Even with the wind blowing right here, your outfielders have to be cognizant of that hard ground ball line drive. Do not let some get to the fence right now.
Swing and a miss on a pitch on the outside. There's your other friend, the second Jet, coming down. They weren't chasing each other today, but
those things are amazing. He might chase him. He's a few miles ahead of him right now, but no telling. He might go after him.
He's like Jim Ingram chasing a Little Caesars pizza.
So
1-1 pitch here from Meeks. Outside, trying to catch the runner who's going. Throw is way outside. Duhan is helping to cover that one. So a ball and a stolen base by Billings.
Yeah, Zoe right there, the catcher Goodman, she came up and she just didn't have a good grip on that ball. And that happens sometimes. It could roll up your mid or whatever, but you could see she had a little hesitation, just not clean exchange right there. And it was going to be close regardless, but, yeah, at least the ball didn't get away and give up another 60 feet to put her at third. So now they got to score from second base, 2 outs. Big infield, do not let the ball get past you on the infield. Lay out if you got to.
2-1 pitch to Townsend. She makes contact, drives it past the shortstop, way out into left field. 1 run will score. Balls picks up, throws in to hold Townsend at first, but she gets the 2-out RBI single that ties the game 1-1.
Some of that goes back to not being able to turn that double play, as we said. We had 2 opportunities maybe to turn double plays. Second chance was a lot harder than that first one, but let that runner get there, and then that stolen base got her in position. If you an Indian right there, you really want to try to keep that ball in the infield if there's any way possible, not let her score. Now, you got to hold it right here. Good hitter infielder. Can we hold it at a 1-1 score?
She makes hard contact right to Marler at first, who picks it up, touches the first base bag, and ends the inning. Not before Bevill can tie up the game. We move to the bottom of the 6th, 1-1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. New ball game, tie ball game here as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Bevill able to push across a run in the top of the 6th on an RBI single by Lily Townsend to drive in Abigail Billings. So now ICC looking at a 1-1 tie. They bring up Marler, Starling, and Duhan to see if they can add some runs and get the lead back. First pitch swing by Marler. She drives it foul down the left field line for the first strike.
Got to find some base runners. Can you answer? One of the things I know a lot of coaches in softball, baseball too, is when you have a top and a bottom, you know, it's unusual, don't have a lot of sports. Can you win each inning? So we've given up 1 in this inning. Can we at least tie or get 2? Try to win each inning. If you win each inning, I guarantee you one thing, you'll win the game.
Another hard contact by Marler. Drives that one foul on the third base side as well into the fence protecting the visitor's dugout. So Marler finds herself behind 0-2 here to lead off the 6th inning for ICC.
We wouldn't expect anything any different, though, with these 2 teams playing today.
No, we came in today expecting a good close game, and we've been treated to a nice one. That one's driven out to center field. May go over the head, but no. A falling down effort by the center fielder, Haynes, who was able to hold on to that one as she trips and falls. So a fly out to center starts the 6th inning for ICC.
Outstanding play by Haynes in center field. I mean, Ansley Haynes, what else can you say? That ball's hit, and maybe the wind held it up some, but she ran that ball down.
She did, reenacting her stumble there as she reorients herself, if I can talk.
We're going to have a pinch hitter here. It's going to be another one of our power hitters coming in. Yeah.
Luke.
Anna Thomas Luke. And I had to look it up because I didn't want to say it wrong. Now, I looked it up, and I still said Anna, and it's Ann Thomas Luke.
Ann Thomas Luke, yes.
I'm going to get it down.
She comes in.
Apologies to her folks
pinch
out there.
hitting for Starling. She looks at ball 1 up.
Ann Thomas has been hot lately. She's batting 308. She's got 3 home runs on the young season right here. Nice surprise, the freshman coming in with a lot of power. So see if she can run into something right here, maybe get one out or gets a double, something to spark these Indians.
She takes ball 2. Good so far on her first plate appearance of the day as a pinch hitter to be ahead of the pitcher, Filler, who's worked so strong throughout the day. You're up 2-0, gives you a lot to work with. 2-0 pitch. That one outside and away. Good job by Hughley to hold on. That no real threat with nobody on base, but still a good effort by Hughley. So 3 balls and no strikes to Luke, the pinch batter here in the bottom of the 6th inning. ICC and Bevill tied at 1 apiece.
See if Coach Owen turns it loose here, 3-0.
Didn't need to, as that one stayed outside and away as well. So a 4-pitch walk offered by Filler, her 3rd of the day. ICC has a runner on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. This is going to bring up Duhan, the second baseman. She is 0 for 1 today. She fouled out into right field territory and also walked in her other plate appearance.
And we're going to have the swap back. They're going to go back with Starling at first base running for Thomas, who did a great job right there. So 7, Starling's back in to run at first base here.
Thank you there, Coach. So everybody's got that checked in. Home plate umpires making all the appropriate notations. So 1 out, runner on first, bottom of the 6th. ICC and Bevill tied at 1. Great pitchers duel today. Duhan looks in against Filler. She chops at 1. It's going to go foul into the batter's box. So now 1 ball, 1 strike count. Excuse me, 0-1 count.
Base runner's been hard to come by today, Michael. That's not very many for your Indians.
And they're going to have to take advantage of this opportunity now with only 1 out and try to move that runner over and in. Duhan chops one up to the shortstop. She gloves, turns over 6-4. Not going to be in time for the double play as that one bounced into the first baseman. But a fielder's choice 6-4 erases the lead runner.
I tell you, that's an advantage right there. You got sisters playing middle infield. Do you think they've thrown a ball to each other their whole life right there? That's
I don't bet we
smooth.
could count the number of ones they've thrown.
That is smooth by the Billings sisters right there. I mean, that's nice watching middle infield play.
So now 2 outs brings Taylor Shands to the plate. She's got a walk and a single today. Looking to move along that runner. That one high and inside. Good job by Hughley to hold on to that one. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 out. Runner on first for ICC and Duhan. Looking to claw back at the run they gave up in the top of the 6th. As we're in a tie ball game here, 1-1.
Runner's moving.
Contact, drives that one foul into the visitor's dugout. It bounces around like a pinball.
It will over there. Yeah, Duhan was off of the pitch right there. Ellis 4 for 4 and stolen the bases so far on this young season. Any way you can get a runner in scoring position, we've seen that pay off for both teams with a 2-out hit that's gotten through the infield. So try to get that runner down there somehow if you can.
So a 1-1 count to Shands. Duhan at first. Pops this one up. Comes off the net so it can't be caught. Goes as a foul ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I got blinded by that one a little bit, Michael. I looked straight up and got above my hat, and the sun hit me right on top.
We're to that time of day where the sun starts to come into play, although, as we said earlier, we're very happy to see it today. Chops one toward third baseman. She picks up gloves, throws over to first, and that's going to be a 5-3 put out to end the inning for ICC. So they go down 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll take a break and come back with the top of the 7th. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the top of the 7th inning here in Fulton. ICC and Bevill tied up at 1 apiece. We've seen some great pitching and some great defense today. Lizzie Meek still in the circle for ICC. She'll be facing Boomer Hughley, the catcher. Hughley gets a hold of a piece of one. Shands moves over, gloves at, throws it to first, and the first batter is erased 5-3.
Great job there attacking the ball and get rid of it. That's a big hitter that's already had a single already in today's game. Meeks has been spot on today.
This will bring up Richardson, the DP. She's 0 for 2. She's got a sac bunt and a strikeout. She takes strike 1 on the corner there.
I'm telling you, Lizzie has filled up the strike zone. She's been in, she's been out, she's been up, she's been down. She's changed speeds. Very impressive seeing her coming off her award-winning week from last week.
She delivers an 0-1 pitch, struck right back up off the glove of Meeks, and just not much you can do about that. Rolls out into center field, and that's going to be a single for Richardson. 1 out single puts a runner on here in the top of the 7th. ICC and Bevill tied up 1 apiece. Meeks still in the circle for ICC. And this is going to be Haynes, the center fielder. We saw her make an impressive play there.
A pinch runner here at first base going to be number 22 coming in. That's going to be Camden Johnson.
Johnson pinch running for Richardson.
I believe Lizzie would probably want that play back right there. That ball was a kind of a 1-hop, 2-hopper right at her, and it just went over the top of her glove. I mean, just a couple inches, it's right in the pocket of her glove.
So with 1 out and a runner on first, she looks ready to deliver to Haynes. Bunt shown, but bunts it foul right toward Cal Brown. Doing great work for ICC and the Sports Information Department, keeping you updated. If you're watching any of our social media accounts throughout the day to keep up with softball, baseball, and basketball, all 3 going here at ICC Fulton today. So an 0-1 count to Haynes. She shows bunt again, fouls this one off the plate. So now she's behind 0-2 trying to advance that runner.
That hit by Richardson evens up the hit totals for both teams at 5. They've been limited, hard to come by today.
These pitchers have been working very effectively. Defenses have backed them up equally well. Seen great play in left field by both teams, center field by both teams, even in the infield as well. The 0-2 pitch, outside pitch, draws a count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah,
that change there at first base with Camden Johnson coming in is a Sam's Town Market substitution for us today. Sam Ferris getting ready to come over to do the PA for our men's and women's basketball games tonight in the Davis Event Center.
The 1-2 pitch inside, not quite there. Evens the count at 2-0. Home crowd wanted that pitch called.
That was a pitcher's pitch. It maybe been a ball above where he's been calling that rise ball and inner half strike today. It's a hard one to lay off, though, I can tell you, as much as she's been around the plate.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out with a runner on first. She chops this one right to Marler. Marler can't quite get back to double the play, but great effort there to catch that one, that line out to first base.
Outstanding play. First thing is, like I said, you won't rather have one than none, and she snagged it. And you know, the runner, if she's playing back even with her towards the baseline, she can probably tag her, but she was about 1 step too far in front of her to be able to turn around and go back and tag her. But good job of base running there by Camden Johnson coming to base. A lot of runners would have already took off and been gone past her, not having to have a chance to get back and not allow your leadoff hitter to come up.
So Coach Carson Owens going to go out and have a talk here in the circle with his pitcher, catcher, and his infield. With 2 outs and a runner on first, he wants to make sure everyone's got that defensive alignment pretty well secured and they know what they're doing here.
We do have a score update from baseball, which is going over at Roy Crescent Field today on the ICC campus. Lakeland College out of Illinois is up 8-2 in the top of the 3rd inning. So we're going to have some runs come back for our baseball team. But you can find them on Let's Go ICC TV, the Gray channel, As you found us on the blue channel, we'll have the red channel with some men's and women's basketball with Mississippi Delta coming in tonight, starting at 5:30 with the ladies.
So this goes back to the top of the lineup. Guy, the right fielder, her 4th plate appearance of the day. She has struck out, been hit by a pitch, and grounded out to the pitcher in her 3 previous appearances. So she takes ball 1. 2 outs, a runner on first. Top of the 7th, tie game 1-1 between ICC and Bevill. Meeks to deliver the 1-0 pitch. There's one on the outside corner. Strike 1.
Yeah, Coach Owens came out to talk to his defense right here because you do have a slapper and you got a pinch runner. You can tell he's probably got some speed over there where they're probably going to steal her at some point, but you need to keep this batter off base as well.
The 1-1 pitch.
She's gone.
She offers it that one. Chops, fouls it back. So count runs 1 and 2. As you said, that runner had a nice jump.
She did. And if she gets thrown out right there, your leadoff is leading, coming back in the 8th inning. If we get to the 8th inning, But you're pushing the issue, trying to get runners, and I would expect her to go again right here because you see our defense is drawn in. Now that makes our shortstop have to take another step back there for Porter to cover second base. She's got to get to second base on the stolen base, but she's also going to defend the slap.
1-2 pitch is fouled back again.
Do you think that puts a little heat on the defense just looking at that right now?
Absolutely.
Your second baseman's up, your first baseman's up, your third baseman's up, and your shortstop, you're saying, all right, if she taps it between third base and pitcher, you got to attack the ball. But if she takes it and they steal, you got to cover second base as well. So Maddie Porter's got 2 things she's got to do right now. Your outfielders are thinking, do not let the ball get past me and let a runner score from first base.
The 1-2 pitch. On the outside corner, strikes her out looking. The 8th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Lizzie Meeks. ICC will look to walk this off in the bottom of the 7th when we come back.
Yeah, Lynch.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We move to the bottom of the 7th. Tie game here between ICC and Bevill. ICC looking to walk this one off here. There's strike 1 from Maddie Filler. She's been strong in the circle for Bevill so far today. And that's going to be 0-1 pitch to the leadoff batter. This is going to be Kaylin Lynch coming in pitch hitting for ICC.
Yeah, Lynch is a catcher, a freshman catcher out of Hernando. She's batting .385 on the year, 5 hits, 3 RBIs, looking to get a rally start, just find a way to get on base in front of Dawsey, the number 9 hitter, who you'd expect to probably bunt to get it back to the top, but got to have base runners first, and Filler has been tough today.
Swings on this one, pops it back. There's going to be effort made by the third baseman, but it will land into the stands. So the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes against Lynch.
Talked about a while ago that we'll have Let's Go ICC TV on the Red Channel tonight with Adam Gore and Jim Ingram on the call, but I see our men's basketball coach Darren Wilson is here to support the ladies. That's the one thing you love seeing at ICC, all the coaches supporting each other in all sports throughout the year.
That ball low and outside evens the count, 2 ball and 2 strikes. You're right. Usually we get lots of teams coming out. Last week when we had the home game, we had basketball, football, volleyball, baseball all out supporting this softball team, and it happens across the campus when everyone supports. That one swung on, drove. Oh, a dive and effort by the shortstop, but she's not going to get it up and in time. So great effort there by the shortstop, Billings, but Lynch with a single to lead off the 7th for ICC, and they've got something going here to try to win this first game of the day.
Just what Coach Owens would want right there. Lynch coming in. That's a great effort there by Billingsley. Isabella just knocking that ball down. And, man, she's got a strong arm throwing that across. Just too late to get Lynch, who is flying down the line.
Looks like we may have a pinch runner. This is going to be number 11, Neely Hodem, coming into pinch run for Lynch. But Alana Dossie, your center fielder, comes to the plate. She's 1 for 2 on the day. She grounded out in the 4th inning, but she also got a single, stole second, and scored ICC's lone run of the game back in the 2nd. So with no outs and a runner on first, ICC looks to do some damage. Chicho's bunt, drops,
Great
foul,
bunt.
calls it fair. So moves it over. So there's you a ICC BSU sack bunt, perfectly executed by Dossie.
Excellent bunt. She got just far enough away from the catcher where she was not able to get the lead runner, the only runner she could get. And the catcher did a great job there, Hughley, of clearing herself and getting an open throwing lane to get it down to first base. So now you're go-ahead run, game-winning run. Bottom of the 7th inning is in scoring position for the Indians. So Coach Harris and the Bears got to figure out how they're going to defend it. Looking for this walk-off hit right here.
This is Fields. She already has 1 RBI single on the day. She takes an inside pitch for strike 1.
Got Neely Hodem down at second base, checking her outfield, seeing where they're at, looking for the defense position because she is the game-winning run.
Fields looks in at the 0-1 pitch. Makes contact, drives this one deep out to center. It's going to go over the head of the center fielder. Hodem's going to throw to third. She's coming in. She's going to score. Into third, standing up is Fields.
Victoria Fields with a walk-off. That's probably going to be
a
double.
That threw me off because they didn't stop the game.
Yeah.
They kept throwing to her. I'm like, well, that's the game, right? All right, so ICC wins on a walk-off hit by Victoria Fields. We'll take just a minute and come back with your Renaissance Bank postgame show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your Renaissance Bank post-game report here. ICC gets a walk-off win in the bottom of the 7th. They take game 1 of the day, 2-1 over the visiting Bevill Bears. They run their record to 12-1 on the year, and Bevill moves to 11-2. An exciting game, a lot of great pitching and defense. Coach, give us the stats here as you wrap up the final box line for this game 1.
Yeah, scoring was very limited in the game. As we said, ICC got ahead there with 1 run in the bottom of the 2nd inning. The Bevill State Bears came back in the top of the 6th inning to tie it, and nothing happened at the bottom, nothing happened at the top of the 7th, and then the walk-off hit there, as you said. So the line score for Bevill, they had 1 run on 5 hits, and it was a perfectly clean defensive game with no errors for the Bears. On the Indian side, they had 2 runs on 7 hits and also no errors. The Bears they did leave 6 runners on base, and ICC left 7 runners on base. Equally played game. Your winner will be Lizzie Meeks. She will go to 5-0 on the year. She did throw a complete game, 7 innings. She only gave up those 5 hits. No, the 1 run that was earned. How many walks do you have for down?
She has 1 walk
7
on
walks.
the day, and pardon?
7 strikeouts and the 1 walk.
8 strikeouts. And
8
1 walk.
strikeouts.
Yeah.
You're always good with the
last
strikeouts.
batter. She got Guy out, gives her an 8th one for the day. So an impressive on the mound,
Yep.
and whenever you can have such strong starting pitching as ICC has got this year from Meeks and Montgomery, you know you're in great shape. When you have a day that you don't score 12 runs like we've scored some games. So when you know you've got that power in the circle, it makes you feel a lot better. So in addition to Meeks, I'm going to throw it over to you once more, Coach, and let you give us your choice for the Samstown Market Star of the Game.
Well, I'm going to have to go with 2 stars of the game. I said I was going 1, but I'm going to go 2. We're going to go with the position player, Victoria Fields. She had 2 hits and both RBIs for the Indians. She drove in both runs, and like I said, you got to win in different ways. It's not always going to be a slugfest, and this is a great win for the Indians to build on and stuff. But also my second week, I mean, you got to do what she just did. Exactly what she said. She's coming off being the MACCC Player of the Week, the NJCA Player of the Week, or Pitcher of the Week, and sometimes you have a little hangover from that. There was no hangover from Lizzie Meeks today. She pounded that strike zone. She kept people off base. It was hard for the Bears to find base runners, and then 8 big strikeouts. Like we said, she don't give up any freebies, and 8 strikeouts is outstanding for Lizzie. So I'm going to go with 2. Victoria Fields and Lizzie Meeks will be our Samstown Market stars of the game.
Absolutely well earned by both players as they both delivered the keys to victory here for ICC in Game 1. So once again, ICC winning the first game of the day, 2-1 over the visiting Bevill State Bears. We will come back in about 30 minutes with Game 2. We hope you will join us then.